Welcome everybody to our production today. I'm Robert Bates. I work here at the Glenwood branch. If you need to use restrooms, it's down the hall on the left. And we're going to have mixed vegetables performing today. Thank you all for coming. We have some books about some of the things they'll be talking about in the back if you want to check them out. We'd like to hear from you so that you can fill out the survey afterwards. Just let us know how it went. And then there's the sign-up sheet in the back over there if you need to get more information. And so now I'll get it over to Stephanie.
Thank you, Robert.
Choose the seat.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Stephanie, and I'm with the Mixed Vegetables Improv Group, who's up here today with me. And today we're going to be doing an educational experience utilizing improv. And I'd love to know where everybody's joining us from. I live here in Western Howard County. Anybody from Howard County here? We got a lot of Howard County folks. Okay, but I know not everybody's from Howard County. Anybody from Montgomery County in here?
Oh, Leo.
Ah, we got a lot. Montgomery County is really representing. Last year, I think Montgomery County, we had more people than Howard.
Whoa.
So we can't let
I
Montgomery
know that. I
County
know
beat us.
that.
can
That's
we?
why I'm here.
That's why you're here. Okay, Topher's here just for that reason. DC. I know we got at least two DC people in the house. Yeah. Where else are you guys coming from? Just call it out. If I didn't call out your name, your place.
Carroll.
I got it all?
Carroll County.
Carroll County.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
They're closer than DC.
All right. And I'd love to assess what your familiarity is with zero waste, reducing resource use. Is anybody like brand new to the concept of it? How about people that are doing a little bit, you're kind of dabbling, you've heard of it? Anybody? One hand. Oh, one hand, just tiny little, like this.
We're shy.
Tiny little, they're shy.
They dabble.
Okay, what about people that have been practicing this, so you're kind of familiar with it? And if you didn't raise your hand, I'm going to come right over there. No, just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so the way that I started was I saw a video with an interview from a woman from Beach, Hawaii. And she was talking about how much plastic, single-use plastic in particular, was hurting animals. She described how baby birds were being fed plastic by their mothers. Their mothers would think there was a piece of food, but it was actually plastic. And the babies would die with a belly full of plastic. I heard about the turtles that would get straws stuck in their nose, and other animals that were eating plastic, like the whales washed up on the beach with bellies full of plastic. And she also mentioned she saw a recycling employee throw away a piece of plastic that was recyclable. And that was the first time I actually questioned whether or not my plastic was getting recycled, and I became aware of how much it was doing harm. And that really inspired me and motivated me to change my behavior. Now, I was already doing pretty good. I mean, it would take us like 6 weeks to fill up our trash bag. So it was already reducing a lot, but I really took it to the next level. Started reducing single-use plastics and other materials. We put all our food in the backyard. We compost all our food. I eliminated a lot of the paper products, and with all the reducing I did, it would take not way more than 6 weeks. Actually, we repurposed our bathroom trash can to our kitchen, because we don't need a regular trash can anymore. And it would take us probably years to fill up a regular trash can. But it took a while. It took me, I've been doing this now 3 years, and little by little, I reduced trash, mainly reducing and using a lot of reusables. So today, we're going to educate everyone on some ways that you can reduce. We're going to really emphasize little steps like that first step, and also emphasize how tiny steps lead to big change, especially when large numbers of people are taking tiny steps. Now, I used to teach fitness, and I used to help people with behavior change from health and fitness, and this is very similar because it's challenging when you start, but it's really rewarding. I find this lifestyle to be very rewarding. It's also very cost-saving friendly. So if you have an inner thrifty like I do, and you like to save money, it's very good for that. In fact, you'll see in some of our scenes, I showcase some kind of personalities you might notice within yourself. And so really for today, just have fun, and we're trying to make a pretty serious subject fun, the best that we can. And also, try to think if you could come up with any takeaways, because between the scenes, I'm going to be asking you, hey, do you have any takeaways from that scene? All right? So our first scene is going to be a press conference scene. And I'm going to need a suggestion from the audience. What we need is either a tagline or slogan.
Never done that.
I've never done that,
Yeah.
and that's your tagline?
Yeah.
I've never done that. Okay, all right, so cast, everybody, find your place.
No, you're fine. Sit here.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I am a researcher, and I have been researching a lot of environmental issues. And thanks, everyone, for coming today. Thank you, press, for being here today. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to start by taking some questions from the press.
Stephanie. Hi, my name is Lisa from Sustainable Times. New England Journal of Medicine reported a shocking study about plastic. What did they discover?
Well, they discovered that their patients had plastic in their arteries, and it made them 450 times more likely to die of a heart attack or stroke. And other studies have shown that single-use plastic causes brain damage, digestive issues, liver and kidney failure, blood vessel disorders. So they recommend to change out your plastic cutting board for glass or wood. They recommend also making sure not to drink from any heat-exposed plastic bottles to reduce your overall plastic exposure, because plastic actually disintegrates and we get dust from plastic that can get into we can absorb it, breathe it, eat it, drink it. Also, the Environmental Working Group estimates that we are consuming 3 to 12 plastic bags worth of plastic every year. So reducing your plastic exposure is one of the best things that you can do. Okay, I'm ready for my next question. Oh my goodness. Okay, Leo, they're excited, huh?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Connor, consumer with Economy Over Earth. Is it true that Howard County's landfills are full?
Connor, you know what? I believe in having a strong economy and the earth, actually. But yes, Howard County's landfills are full. That's a true statement. Our trash is being dumped in Virginia. So my question is, once Virginia says we can't take your trash anymore, where are we going to take our trash?
Better Virginia than here.
Well, actually, it's better to have it nowhere. We need to really reduce our trash as much as possible and be aware that there's only so much space. It's either going to get dumped on the land, in the ocean, or get burned and be in our breathing air. So we need to reduce trash as much as possible. All right, I'm ready for my next question. Okay.
Yes, this is Carla from Greenwashing Daily. If 10% of the world population went vegan 1 day a week for a year, how many square feet of forest would that save?
Wow.
Actually, it would save 1.2 trillion square feet of forest every year, just 1 day a week, and only 10% of the population, which just shows how much more resources an animal-based diet uses than a plant-based diet. So even small changes, like 1 day a week, or even you can even start with 1 meal a week or 1 meal a month. That helps, because large numbers of people doing one thing makes a big difference. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, I'm ready for my next question.
Stephanie.
Can you tell us about ABC's report on plastic recycling?
Yes, ABC put trackers in plastic recycling materials, and they found that most of them didn't actually end up being recycled. They ended up in the landfill, and a lot of them ended up in foreign countries. So just keep that in mind, that recycling really isn't the solution. When it comes to plastic, with other materials, I encourage people to recycle. But when it comes to plastic, the most important thing is reducing as much as possible and finding alternatives. In fact, 8 million tons of plastic end up in the oceans every year. Okay, so we just need, it really, the main thing is reducing as much as you can. Okay, I'm ready for another question. Okay, you got there?
Yeah, I'm John Bland from We Didn't Do It Monthly. We have an important question here. How much energy is consumed by spam email?
Well, actually, spam email consumes a lot of energy because there's such a large amount of it. The amount of energy that it consumes, you can actually drive around the Earth 1 million times with the amount of energy that it uses in a year. You could power 2 million homes, and it would take 1 billion trees to offset the pollution of spam email.
Well, we can say safely that we never did that.
Okay, next one. Next question.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Thank you. How many trees does the toilet paper industry wipe out a day worldwide?
Funny. Okay, funny. Actually, every day we cut down 27,000 trees to make toilet paper. There are options. Bidets really reduce toilet paper use. You can use bamboo toilet paper and just stop all that overuse of toilet paper. You know who you are.
I love bidets.
We got a bidet fan in here. Okay, does anyone else have any questions? Okay.
Finally, you call a real reporter instead of these hacks.
I can't believe we let you in the building.
I am within the distance of the restraining order, so please to stop, okay? I am Jake Swarmy from Gossip Times. We have had it on good authority from spam email that you've been cohorting with those in the oil industry.
Well, actually, you know what? We do need to reach out and we do need to find solutions. So you might have thought it was something steamy, but it wasn't. You thought you had some great story. You don't.
I will make a great story. We have no standards. I'm in a gossip column.
You know, you're crossing the line.
I'm honest. I am on my line. Is that better?
Yes, it is a lot better. All right, so now I want to take a real question from a real reporter, please.
Right.
Okay.
All right. There's a 5-cent fee on plastic bags in Howard County. How much money was brought in because of these fees over 3 years?
Okay, over a 3-year period, over $2 million was brought in because of the 5-cent fee on single-use plastic bags at checkout. That amounts to 50 million plastic bags. My thoughts are, this 5-cent fee, it might be deterring a little, it may have reduced a little bit, but it really isn't the solution. Many stores like Lidl, Aldi, Sam's Club, and the other big box stores, they don't have single-use bags at checkout. So people can go grocery shopping without single-use bags. We just need to bring our own bag, or even maybe use a box. Grocery stores can have boxes for people that forget their bags, and we can just use those. They've got tons of boxes there. All right. Any other questions? Yes?
I want to ask, how much food is wasted in the U.S.?
They estimate that 30% of our food is wasted. Some of that comes from the grocery store and the production, but a lot of it is from our households. So meal plan so that you don't overbuy. Make sure that you're storing food properly. You can freeze food. You can even share an entree with a friend, because sometimes those entrees are so big, they end up getting thrown away. Bring reusable containers to restaurants and bring your food home with you so you're not just leaving it on the plate and having it thrown away. It's okay to eat the imperfect foods. If it's too big, too small, and there's those grocery delivery services like Misfits, Imperfect Foods, Hungry Harvest that deliver that kind of imperfect food, it doesn't need to go in the trash. And also the seed, the peel, and the stem, you can eat those things too, and usually they're even healthier than the rest of the food.
You know what we say, Never done that.
All right, end scene. Thanks, guys. Okay, any takeaways from that? Any thoughts about that? Oh, Howard.
I have to throw out my plastic cutting board. That's my favorite cutting board.
Oh, because, yeah, that plastic comes off and it gets into the
I never
food.
thought about that.
I might have saved your life today, Howard.
Yeah.
Glad you were
Many
here.
times over already.
Yes. Anything else, Heidi?
Spam email, energy waste, that was a big shock.
It's shocking, isn't it?
There are so many listservs I need to unsubscribe from. It's like, I don't have time, but I didn't realize the damage that I.
Yes, I didn't either.
By not taking the time to unsubscribe, so that's a
You
big
unsubscribe
takeaway.
and they
How
keep
does
coming
that
back.
work?
Yeah.
You can't stop it.
Okay, so all that energy to send email is from the data centers.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So you know how they're building data centers, and for those of you in Carroll County, it's because of all the stuff that we do online. It's almost like it's a hidden thing.
Yep.
But it does have a negative environmental impact, and just in our local community even, because people are gonna have to give up their land for the data centers. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
And that's
Yes?
why they're having that power line go through Baltimore, Carroll, and
Carroll,
Frederick County.
yes, that's why
For
there's
the
that
data
power line
centers.
that's been going through there. It's because of data centers. So, yeah, we need our electronic life, but let's just see where there's excess that we don't actually need. You know, there's newsletters that we don't read. Maybe we could just get off those newsletters. We could be a little bit more mindful about not CCing everybody in the world. Just a little bit less of all that kind of stuff. Okay, so our next scene, yes, Topher.
Sorry.
You've been pretty well behaved so far. I'm kind of surprised.
I've been trying. My thought was like you know you talk about reducing the use of plastic, and I think the main culprit isn't what we buy, is so much as what the producer, like say Kellogg's, like they box their product in such a way that if we want the product, this is the only way in which we get it. They need to change how they, I guess, box it.
You and I are totally on the same page.
So
that
how
it's
do
about
we-
influencing the system and
Right.
the powers that be.
Right.
And we actually will touch on that with a couple of things.
You're gonna touch on it. You're gonna smack it around a little bit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hit it up, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so for the next scene, I'd love to know we're gonna have a celebrity, an unexpected celebrity walk into the scene, unexpected guest into this. It's gonna be a meeting with a sustainability coach. I'm gonna play the sustainability coach. And just surprisingly, the celebrity just walks in. Anybody wanna name a celebrity? Let me hear a couple ideas.
Jennifer Alba.
Jennifer Alba, okay. Any others? Just want to hear a few ideas.
George
Taylor
Clooney.
Swift. She has huge influence.
Okay.
George Clooney too.
George Clooney, Taylor Swift. I'm gonna go with Taylor Swift because she's pretty big
Oh,
right
man.
now. Taylor Swift. Okay, and what's something kind of silly or crazy that someone might do when they celebrate?
Kill a seal.
Let's do something
Less-
nicer, Topher, okay?
That was really horrible. I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
What a horrible thing to do when you celebrate.
Release it as a movie.
They might dance, they might release.
That is just as bad as killing a seal if that person's a bad dancer.
They might dance, balloons. Anybody else?
Drink.
Have a glass of
Drink?
wine.
Okay. I'm gonna say dance. I'm gonna go with dance. We'll do that. All right. So, cast. We're gonna do our tiny habits.
Hold on.
You guys can stand. You guys can sit. Whatever works for you. All right. Hey everyone, welcome to your sustainability meeting. I am your sustainability coach, and today we're going to be talking about tiny habits. Tiny habits are habits that are obviously very tiny and start with an anchor habit. So something that you already do is your anchor habit, like opening the door. That's the anchor habit. You already do it. You add to that your tiny habit, and then you end it with a celebration. So let's say my tiny habit might be, okay, I grab my water bottle, my reusable water bottle, as I open the door, and then I dance.